Hello YouTubers, this is Cessnaace and I am back, truly back, and not having to rely on this smartphone to record my new videos, because today in the post we received the new Logitech web camera that we had ordered, although it is not the one that I had asked to be ordered, because I wanted one that recorded at 60 frames per second. This one records at 30 frames per second. But we're going to make do with it until such time as it can be replaced. The sound should be good. I am using a blue Snowball Ice microphone sitting right there. Now I wanted to go over a game that I received at a massive package from Atari Age recently. I'm doing a separate video on this one because, well, I'll get to that in a minute. This is a homebrew port of the arcade game Bosconian called Draconian. Now, for $35 you can get just a cartridge, as well as this nifty manual, and a 10-inch by, I believe it's 14-inch poster replicating the artwork done by Nathan Strum. Spiceware is the outfit that developed this homebrew port. Spiceware is headed by Daryl Spice Jr. Now, I had ordered the box upgrade for an additional $15, but I didn't get the box. I got a box for another game I ordered, which I'll get to in a subsequent video, but I didn't get this. So I sent Al at Atari Age an email, and he basically said, "Oops, my bad. I'll get the box out to you right away," which he did. It arrived in about 2 days. But now this is not the way it came. It was in a solid box, as everything from Atari Age comes in, and was wrapped with bubble wrap. But it didn't feel right. It felt like there was a cartridge inside, but there shouldn't have been, because I already have the cartridge. So I wondered, well, did Al just go ahead and send me a complete copy, even though I already had the manual, the poster, and the cartridge, or what? Now, he knows that I'm big into custom reproductions. I order a lot of those from him. I didn't know what to expect. So this is the way I opened it. The box upside down. I opened it and saw this. Now this isn't working so well. But there's a cartridge in there. I wonder what it is a cartridge of, I thought. A custom reproduction of one of the most expensive Atari 2600 games out there, Air Raid. Now, if you find an original Air Raid cartridge in this good a condition, you're going to get thousands of dollars for it. But this is not an original. Looks beautiful, though. Now, in this massive shipment that I got from Atari Age, there were 3 more custom reproductions that I had ordered. You can order them for the 2600 and for the 7800. I'm not going to tell you which I got games for. I did have games in that package for both the 2600 and the 7800. Now, I mentioned that Draconian is a homebrew port of the arcade game Bosconian. Well, actually, it's a port of both versions. It was originally released in its arcade form by Namco in Japan. It was subsequently released in North America by Midway, which obtained the rights. This game includes both. In fact, more than that. The Alpha Quadrant is the Midway levels, although they're called sectors in this port. The Beta Quadrant is made up of the Namco levels, or sectors. Then there is the Gamma Quadrant. Now, the Gamma Quadrant is made up of sectors that were designed by the programmers who contributed to Draconian. It's really cool. What's fascinating, though, is the Delta Quadrant, which is made up of sectors. They do this quite a bit at Atari Age on major releases. They hold contests, and Atari Age members, such as myself, if I were into programming and I don't have those skills, submit their own levels, and those that are picked are included in the game. Currently, that's what Champ Games, headed by John W. Champeau, is doing with Wizard of War Arcade, which is an upcoming release. So the Delta Quadrant is made up of contributions made by Atari Age members, and it is a fascinating quadrant, to say the least. Now, there is a 5th quadrant. I know that doesn't make sense in space or when measuring anything that comprises an area. It can only have 4 quadrants. This game has a 5th quadrant. It is called Epsilon. Now, what Epsilon is, it randomly generates the sectors as you progress through the game. Now, when you're playing this game, it can display up to 7 digits on the score while you're playing the game. Now, when you get out of the game and you have the title screen, as long as you have your console powered on, it's going to remember the high score for every quadrant and difficulty setting. There's kids, easy, normal, and hard, I believe, are the difficulty modes. It'll remember all of the high scores for all of the different modes and all the different quadrants. Now, there are 2 more neat features of this game. Well, it's a really cool package all around. But when you insert the cartridge into your Atari 2600, Atari VCS, or Atari 7800, this cartridge should automatically detect whether you're using the NTSC standard, the PAL standard, or the CCAM standard, which was used in France. If it doesn't, you can manually select either of those standards from the menu. Now, as I mentioned, it'll display up to 7 digits while you're in the game. When you get to the title screen, it'll display up to 8. So the maximum score is that it'll display 999,999,999 points, if I did that correctly in my head. I don't think I'm ever going to get there, but it's really cool. So if you roll the score while playing the game, it's still going to have the proper score, taking into consideration however many rollovers you did on the title screen, unless you surpass 1,000,000,000 points or whatever, 100, 999,999,999 points. Yeah, that would be 1,000,000,000 if you went over that. Anyway, that's one cool feature, the automatic detection of which television standard you're using. But also, those of you who are into the Atari Homebrew scene, you know that there is a device that Atari Age sells called the Atari Vox. Now you plug that into the controller port that you're not using, which would be controller port 2, and you can use it to save scores and a variety of things. It can add memory for the game and so forth, but it's primarily used for voice synthesis. This game uses audio clips from the arcade game without the Atari Vox. It does this using the Melody Board's CDF mode. Those are the phrases that are spoken: blast off, alert, alert, battle stations, spy ship sighted, and condition red. Now when you hear condition red, all HE double hockey puck sticks is going to break out, because however many bases that there are left in the sector that you haven't destroyed, they're going to send everything they've got after you non-stop, relentlessly, until either you destroy all of the remaining bases or they destroy you, in which case that buys you a little bit more time with your next life before it kicks in again. Really a top-notch port of Bosconian for the 2600 Draconian. Highly, highly recommended. Now, as I mentioned, the price on the cartridge manual and the poster, $35. If you want the box, that's extra $15. However, while that totals $50, I didn't pay that because I have an annual subscription at Atari Age, which entitles me to a 5% discount on any purchases made on the Atari Age store. And that box contained roughly $500 worth of games, mainly because I'm a nut, but also these were orders that had backed up over a period of about 2 months. Something kept happening. On one of them, I had to provide a Pokey chip. As you know, the Atari 7800 uses the TIA chip found in the 2600 for the sound, although in the 7800, although it was used for a lot of things in the 2600, it was only used for sound in the 7800. But programmers who are developers and publishers that wanted to have more oomph to their audio could include a Pokey chip, which Atari made, installed into the cartridge. Now, Atari used the Pokey chip in a lot of their arcade games at the time. It was a state-of-the-art chip, although their arcade games have anywhere from between 2 and 4 of the Pokey chips inside the cabinet. Anyway, you have to procure your own Pokey chip on games that are enhanced for Pokey and send that to Atari Age, which I had to do. I had to buy one on eBay. Then I had it shipped to me, and then I shipped it to Atari Age. While all that was going on, they ran out of melody boards, and 2 of the games I ordered required the melody board. So that delayed things even further. So all in all, I think that was an accumulation of about 8 orders in that one box. comprising 60 days or 2 months. Maybe a little longer than that. Anyway, everything is all caught up. Now I've got another order at Atari Age that I placed about a week ago. That's only for one game though. Mainly to appease my wife. So, until next time, stay awesome. And let me know how the sound turned out and the video quality and all that. So until next time, stay awesome.